Episode 264, Metabolic Balance Reset with Jille Dunsmore.
Welcome to Latter-day Life Coaches, the podcast where each episode is a conversation between me, Heather Rackham, and one of my amazing coach colleagues. Each coach here is a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and a highly trained, experienced life coach making a great impact in the lives of their clients. And together, we have one main goal, helping you live your best life no matter what. You ready for this conversation with a coach? Here we go.
Heather is joined by Coach Jille Dunsmore, an advanced certified body, life, and mindset coach who recently became a certified metabolic balance coach. Jille explains how metabolic balance uses individual blood work and food chemistry to create a personalized nutrition plan designed to reduce inflammation, stabilize hormones, quiet cravings, and help the body return to its natural healthy weight without shots, shakes, pills, or proprietary foods. She walks listeners through 8 simple daily rules and shares how combining this plan with mindset coaching is the special sauce that helps women follow through, reduce emotional eating, and create sustainable results, especially as a fresh start to the new year. Please enjoy.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. I am joined by Coach Jille Dunsmore today. Jill has been on with us before, and I am really excited to have her with me. But before we get started, Jill, you have been on before. There might be people who have listened to some past podcasts. Maybe they haven't. They might be new. Can you just give us a little bit of an introduction?
Absolutely. So I'm Jille Dunsmore, and I'm an advanced certified body, life, and mindset coach. And this past year, I also became a certified metabolic balance coach, which we're going to talk more about in just a minute. And I'll tell you what that means. So I help women balance their metabolism and their mindset so they can become and maintain their natural healthy weight and get healthier, stronger, and just feel good in their bodies again.
Well, thank you. And that's a new piece, the metabolic coaching. That hasn't been what you've done. I mean, you've added that into what you've been doing in the past. Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome. Good for you. So you said you became a certified metabolic coach. Can you tell us what that is? I think I said that wrong. Metabolic balance coach. It's probably important for me to get that whole name in there.
Mm-hmm.
But tell us what that is and why you decided to bring that into your coaching practice.
Yeah, so metabolic balance is an all-natural holistic nutrition and weight loss program that was created by Dr. Wolf von Fack in Germany over 25 years ago. And he originally created it to help his patients reduce inflammation and heal metabolic syndrome. So metabolic syndrome is when your metabolism is overwhelmed and out of balance and not processing the energy you eat like it should, which leads to a lot of health problems and being overweight and just not feeling well. So he developed it for that. But what he found was that when your metabolism is balanced, your body naturally becomes and maintains its healthy weight. And what really drew me to metabolic balance is that it's entirely based on the science of nutrition and your body's own unique chemistry. So the program was designed by studying the chemistry of one's individual lab values from your blood work and the chemistry of food, and then using food as a prescription. So in talking with me before, you might remember, this is very aligned with what I believe and teach. I believe that the food that God created is meant for the body that God created. And using food to heal and strengthen your body and become your natural weight is what I'm all about anyway. So this just seemed to feel really aligned and flow into what I already do. And another thing that drew me to metabolic balance is that it is completely natural. So there's no shots or shakes or drinks or pills or proprietary foods you have to buy. It's just whole foods that you can buy at any grocery store, which I love. And so now the program is run by dedicated physicians and nutritional scientists who use your unique blood values and your health history and your personal goals to create a personalized, customized food plan that teaches your metabolism how to work the way it was always designed to work.
Interesting. Metabolism is it's part of the title. Then I've heard you just
Mhm.
say it a couple times here.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's an important component to this. And we've all heard the word metabolism before, but maybe you could just give us a good definition of what it is, how it works, so that we know from what space you're operating from. The the definition that you operate from here when you talk about metabolism.
Yeah, that's such a great question because we hear about it so much, but do we really understand what that means? And so, put simply, metabolism is the system your body uses to break down everything you eat or drink and turn it into usable energy to build and run your body. So, your metabolism is how your body digests food, how it absorbs nutrients, creates and balances your hormones and your enzymes, builds and sustains your muscles, your bones, your nervous system, your brain and organs, just everything in your body stems from your metabolism. So when that is out of balance and not functioning properly, which mostly happens because of the way we're eating, that's really mostly the time that that happens. It will manifest in various health problems such as gaining weight, inflammation, just not feeling great. And so that is the key. Like if we go to the root cause and we balance the metabolism, then everything starts in your body starts to balance from there.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for explaining that in a way that we can understand. I think sometimes it gets a little
Was that
convoluted in our
helpful?
brains. Yes, yes, it was. So now I'm wondering then also you said that you it's blood work driven. Like you
Mhm.
tell me how does the blood work then help to balance your metabolism? What does that look like?
Yes.
That
Yes.
seems like a
Okay.
new
This was something I was so fascinated by and why I was so drawn to this because your blood tells us exactly what's going on in your metabolism. So this is not like a one size fits all plan for everybody because every body is uniquely different. So the blood work tells us what's really happening inside your body, what's going on. So, where things are sluggish, where hormones and enzymes are out of balance, where inflammation is showing up, where there's sensitivities and things like that. And then the program uses specific foods your body needs to create the biochemical changes your body needs for optimal health. So, we're not guessing what you should eat. We're not just following trends of what's popular to eat right now. We're actually using your own data to guide your nutrition so your body can actually release the fat and stabilize its blood sugar and reduce cravings and just get her energy back and have a better overall sense of well-being.
Okay, so this is like how do you order blood work then? This is like I'm going off script here a little
Yeah.
bit, but I'm curious
Yeah,
like how
no,
that
no.
works for you. How do you order blood work as you're not a physician or I'm assuming I don't think you're a physician,
Right.
right? So, yeah, how does that
I
work
did that
then?
last year too in my spare time. So, no, that's such a great question because I wondered the same thing. So, it's all included, it's all part of the program. So, the metabolic balance program we actually have private labs that we work with. So, whether you're in Canada or in the USA, we have certain private labs that we work with that we will actually give you the requisition form. The program itself, the metabolic balance program that I am certified to use and teach and do, is actually run by a dedicated team of physicians and nutritional scientists. So we're able to get the requisitions and do the lab work. You can go to one of the private labs that's affiliated with us. You can do it on your own if you'd prefer to do that. It's a better deal if we go through a private lab, and it's just a better deal, and it's all included in the price of it. So yeah, we just give you the requisition form. You go get your blood work done. Within a couple days, I have the results back, and then using your health history and your likes and your dislikes and your health goals, I submit all of that. And then the physicians and the nutritional scientists, they actually generate the plan for you based on the blood values specifically and what your body needs.
Okay, that's interesting, intriguing. Thank you. Thank you for letting me veer a little and ask a little bit more
Yeah,
detailed question about that. But
absolutely.
what kind of results then are you seeing with your clients when they balance their metabolism?
Yeah, so the results are that they get are incredible. So weight loss is the main reason people that's the driver, the main reason
Right.
people come to do this. Some people come just to balance their metabolism for health reasons and they don't have a weight loss goal, but most people, the weight loss is the goal. So to talk to that first, within the first 16 days of the program, as they're resetting their metabolism, that first 16 days is like the biggest reset that you'll do. It's a 12-week program, but that is the time that like we're really focused on rebalancing your metabolism. And they can expect to release 5 to 8% of their extra body weight in that first 16 days. That's actually very normal and doable. So, for instance, if a woman weighs, say, 180 pounds, it's very doable to lose 9 to 14 pounds in the first 16 days. And then after that, as they move through the phases of the program, they'll keep losing about 1 to 2% of their body weight every week until they reach their desired goal. So that's amazing. But the best part is as their metabolism balances, they just feel better, right? So they have more energy, better sleep, improved digestion, less inflammation, and they also have the sustainable weight loss because the program is designed specifically for their metabolism. And so in my own experience, I'll just share my experience because I went through this myself as a client. Before I would ever teach or do anything, I have to experience it myself and see how it truly works. And so I didn't have a big weight loss goal, but I'm 55, so I've been going through the changes of menopause for a while now. And it's been so interesting as my hormones have shifted and changed. Like what worked for me before didn't really work the way it did. And I felt frustration and kind of confused and a little lost, like, well, what do I need to do differently? And so balancing my hormones has been really important to me. So that was really my main driver was health. And then I also, even though I eat healthy, I have struggled with digestion issues, bloating, and IBS symptoms for decades. It's just something I've had, and it's greatly improved since I went on my own journey to change my body and my health and change my relationship with food. But even eating healthy, it's something I still have struggled with. And it's honestly, Heather, it's normal for me to just kind of look 4 months pregnant all the time. Like I just kind of constantly have this bloat in me. And if I'm ever not bloated, I'm like, oh, cool. Like that's great. But that's just kind of my normal state, even though I eat mostly healthy foods, right? And so that was intriguing to me when I heard that that is one of the side effects of this is people get improved digestion. I thought, well, that's great. So that was kind of, I went in it to see what I could do, like what fat I could lose, but also for the health benefits. What I didn't expect was I was thinking if I could lose 5 pounds, that would be great. I'd be really happy with that. But what I didn't expect was in the first month, I had lost 9 pounds and 3 inches. So I actually got back down to the weight I was in my early 20s. I have not seen that weight. I'm 55. So I just I didn't think it was possible to be that weight again. I've got 4 kids. 5 pregnancies, but I was just so surprised. It just kept coming off and I was feeling better. But the biggest thing that was so cool was that I was having less bloating. My stomach started to flatten out and I was waking up with a flat stomach. After I ate, I would still have a flat stomach. I wasn't bloating. My stomach started feeling so much better and my joints were feeling better. I do have inflammation and stiffness in my joints. And so that was something that was feeling a lot better too. So it was just such a fun surprise. And it really just helped me see the power and how quickly your body can adapt and change when you're eating the right foods in the right ways to balance your metabolism, how quickly our body is so magic and amazing, but how quickly she can start to change and adapt and heal and release the extra toxins and weight and things that your body's just been holding on to.
So this sounds to me like, because you're a body and mindset coach, right? And so the mindset
Mm-hmm.
piece is what we have talked about probably more in the past when you've been here with me on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And this seems to be adding a different component that's not like that you could probably combine the mindset with, but I would love for you to share a little bit how your mindset works into this system that you're working with here.
Yes. So thank you for asking that. The mindset work, as you know, is what I love and what I do best. And I feel like that is my special sauce that I bring to this because there are metabolic balance coaches who will just give you the plan and pretty much you're almost on your own to do it. It's like, here you go, God bless, go follow the plan, right? But what we know is that you can have the best plan, but it isn't enough if you don't understand your cravings and your habits and your emotional patterns around food, and you're not able to actually follow through and do it, right? So the entire program that I do, my program that I've created is focused entirely on returning to balance in your body and mind. So I bring the coaching in that I've always done, the body, life, and mindset work, and now I combine it with this powerful personalized nutrition plan. And that combination is honestly where the magic happens, because I help my clients understand as they're learning all of these things physically and making these changes physically in their metabolism. I'm helping them understand their triggers and how to overcome emotional eating and self-sabotage. I teach them how to lessen their cravings physically and emotionally, but also how to move through the cravings when they do come without suffering through them or giving in. And I help them build a stronger, better relationship with their body and themselves. So metabolic balance gives them the exact nutrition they need. And coaching, I do private one-on-one coaching with me, gives them the confidence, the mindset, and the support they need to follow through and actually live it. So that is why I brought this into my practice and why I'm so passionate about sharing it. It's a way to supercharge the results that the women actually want, especially at the start of a new year with so many women who feel ready to just take back control of their body and their health.
Isn't it interesting what the new year does for us, right? It's like a little,
It
I
does.
don't know, it's just a
Especially
reset
after the
switch.
holidays. For most of us, like it starts like out at 2 weeks before Halloween and it ends at Valentine's Day. So it's like we've been going through the eating all the things, and by the time January comes, most of us are just ready. We're like, oh, enough. My body is telling me she's ready. I'm ready. I want to do something different. I want to feel better. I'm ready to let this go and make changes. And it's just a great time to start.
Well, I don't think it's unique to me, but I really like hearing examples or just kind of giving, things that are visual for me to see. So I would love if you could kind of give us an idea of how the metabolic balance program works.
Yeah. So the metabolic balance and mindset method program that I do and teach is really about helping your body do what she's designed and made to do. So it helps your body balance your hormones, burn fat efficiently, and it helps you feel in control around food again. So once you do your blood work and receive your personalized nutrition plan designed for your metabolism, there are 8 simple daily rules that work in conjunction with your personalized plan, and that is where the best results happen. So together, your plan and the daily rules create the conditions your body needs to lose weight and feel strong and healthy and restore and repair. So I'll briefly walk through each rule and tell you why it matters.
Okay,
Sound good?
awesome. Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay. So these are simple and easy. Rule number 1, and this is something that's kind of fun because your listeners can actually start practicing all of these rules right now. That you could start incorporating this into your life right now, and it would absolutely help even without the personalized nutrition plan. But both of those together is like, that's what would ignite and make it really work well. So the main thing we're doing is balancing your hormones. The rule number 1 is eat exactly 3 meals a day. So the reason we're doing that is because the master hormone that we are working on balancing throughout this program is insulin. And in order to balance insulin, we need to eat 3 well-balanced meals each day, and we don't snack in between, because when you're not snacking, your insulin has time to come down in between meals, which is what allows your body to actually tap into your stored fat. So it also balances your hunger hormones. It calms the food noise and reduces your cravings. So you know how we have a circadian rhythm with our sleep, and we can teach our body how to get on that rhythm, right?
Yeah.
Your hunger has a rhythm too. And your hunger hormones get used to when you eat, when you don't eat, and it will start to just send you hunger signals based on when you eat. And so if you're snacking throughout the day, or we're kind of sporadic, and sometimes we fast and sometimes we eat and sometimes we eat a lot and sometimes we eat a little, it's like your body kind of gets confused and those hunger signals get messed up. And also with the kinds of foods you eat too, that can interfere with those hunger hormones naturally producing and being released at the times that are actually physically best for you. So when you eat 3 meals a day and you're eating the right foods, it actually helps your body get into that rhythm where your hunger hormones adjust and it gets used to not eating in between meals. Our body's designed to do this. We're not made to be snacking and picking at food all day. It also helps with that food noise, like I said, because you're not always thinking, well, should I eat? Am I hungry? Should I grab a little something? You eat, and you eat well balanced meals so you're satisfied, and then you move on with your day. And it doesn't take very long before your brain really gets on board with this. And you get really good at understanding the difference between physical hunger and emotional hunger. Because most of the time when we're reaching for food, we either haven't nourished our bodies properly, and we really do need that energy, or it's an emotional hunger. We actually don't need physical food. We're just feeling other emotions, and we're just turning to food to help us subconsciously get through that. And so that's something I also help my clients understand and move through. Any questions about that?
I don't think so. Yeah, no, keep going. I'm just
Okay,
want to
because
hear
this
the
one
rest.
goes with it. This next rule
Okay.
kind of goes with that. So rule number 2 is to take a 5-hour break between meals. So these 5-hour breaks are where a lot of the fat loss happens. So it's kind of like intermittent fasting throughout the day. So I intermittent fasted for years, almost 5 years, and I never got hungry before like 1 o'clock, maybe even 2. And then I would have my eating window and eat all my food. And I thought that worked really well for me. And so I was a little nervous about doing this because I thought, I'm so used to not eating breakfast. That used to be one of my biggest meals at I don't know, it was like my biggest favorite meal, but also because of what I was eating, Heather. So it's like I would wake up craving pancakes and toast and cereal, or, waffles. It's like everything, the way I ate at breakfast, it was sugar. I was eating carbs and sugar without realizing it. So I would wake up, my brain's like, let's feed our carb addiction. Let's go eat some sugar, right? And so breakfast was my favorite thing. And so me learning how to intermittent fast and not have breakfast was really challenging for me. It took me time to learn how to do that. But then it was amazing because my brain just quit asking for food. My body learned how to just go to my fat stores for energy. I can exercise in the morning, go all day, work, do whatever I need, feel great. I don't need it. So I was concerned about this, but I decided, hey, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go all in and do it the way they say so that I can really see how it works. So I started doing it and eating breakfast again. And you're eating very healthy, nourishing breakfasts that actually help support your blood sugar and give you sustained energy, but we're not having like super high spikes and then crashes and needing a snack at 11 o'clock. We're not needing that. And so I have actually found I really like it, and it actually feels really good in my body. I don't need to eat as much food. I'm just eating less food because I feel satisfied. I feel good, but I don't feel full or heavy. It just sustains me until my next meal. So it takes about 2 hours after eating for your insulin to do its job and to go back down again. And when insulin is present, we're in fat storage mode. So when insulin is low because you're not eating, now your body can switch from burning the food you just ate to burning your stored fat, which is what she's meant to do. But when we're, usually after 2 hours of eating is when people go grab a handful of something. It's like, oh, I'm just going to grab a handful of this. Or I'll grab a drink of that. Or I'll just get something a couple hours later. When we do that, like our body never really needs to go to our fat store. She just doesn't need to. So those breaks actually let her be able to have those fat burning periods several times during the day. And then these breaks also give your digestion time to rest and repair, which helps with bloating and gut health and reducing inflammation.
Okay.
Any questions about that one?
I don't think so. Yeah, no, pretty self-explanatory, I feel like.
Okay. Perfect. So because rule number 3 also kind of goes with this one. So it's make sure each meal lasts no longer than 60 minutes. So for most people, this isn't a problem. But this is for the grazers who pick at their food through the afternoon. I actually used to do this. I would put like a plate of like veggie and some little like proteins that I can just pick up and eat. And I would just kind of work and snack. But the problem with this is your insulin doesn't have a chance to go down. It never finishes. So when you keep your meal within 60 minutes, your body gets a clear start and stop, and insulin can get to work and do her thing and finish her job and go back down again. So if you keep picking over the afternoon, then it keeps your insulin elevated and that blocks your fat burning. So any
Okay.
questions with that one?
Uh-uh.
Okay,
No, I don't think
perfect.
so.
Okay, so rule number 4, moving right along, we're halfway. Begin every meal with 1 or 2 bites of protein first. So this one is so easy. It's actually one of my favorite rules. It's just super easy to do, but when you start with a few bites of protein, whatever your protein is that you're eating, your body releases a hormone called glucagon, which is the balancing partner to insulin. So insulin is released, but glucagon, when that is released first, it helps keep your blood sugar steadier. It supports your fat burning. It helps your stomach empty more slowly, so you actually feel full longer. You feel satisfied longer. So just a couple bites of protein first can actually change your blood sugar response to that meal and lead to fewer crashes and fewer cravings later.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. That's something I haven't heard addressed before.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too. I didn't know that either. So that's an easy one to incorporate, and it actually does help you. It just helps your blood sugar stay more stable no matter what you're eating.
Okay.
Got
Number
it?
5. Yeah, got it. Number
Perfect.
5, is that where we
Okay,
are? Yeah.
we are. Rule number 5, have 1 protein per meal and 3 different proteins per day. So I thought this one was fascinating. Okay, so every plant has the flexibility to choose what foods you feel like eating each day from your personalized food list. So you're going to get a personalized food list, and it's not going to tell you exactly like, oh, you have to eat this food here and you have to eat this food there. You get choices, okay? So you'll have the options of the proteins, the vegetables, the fruits, the starches, the healthy fats that are best for your body to balance your metabolism based on your blood work. So the rule to eat 1 protein at a time and 3 different proteins each day is really important because every protein has its own mix of essential amino acids. So essential amino acids means it's essential that we eat them. Our body can't produce them on our own. So we need to eat those essential amino acids. But your body needs those amino acids for hormone production, for repair, for building muscle, all of the things. But your body can only use the protein up to the level of the lowest essential amino acid that you're eating. So, for instance, in a specific protein, there's different essential amino acids, and some might have 100%, some might have 80%, some might have 60%. Okay, the different amino acids they're at different levels. So when we mix proteins, the lowest amino acid, the lowest one wins. The extra amino acids can't be fully used, and it basically becomes waste. So for instance, if you're eating a food that has really high values, let's say eggs are 100%. All the essential amino acids are at 100%. They're like a superfood. But then if I combine it and eat it with a protein where the lowest level of amino acid in that protein is, say, 60%, then my body, because those have been combined and eaten together, can only use 60% of all that protein that's been eaten together. The rest of it has to be turned into waste. So I think of it like this. Maybe this can help explain it. This helped me. So think about if you want to build cars and you want to build 10 cars and you order all the parts for 10 cars and you get all the doors and the tires and the engines and all the things come in, but you only get 2 steering wheels. How many cars can you build?
Yeah, you got 2. You've got 2 cars.
Yeah, you have all these parts, but you can't really use them until you have the steering wheel. So you can only build 2 cars. And that is what your body does. That's what your body has to do. And so what we want to do is use the full value of the protein that we're eating. And so we keep it to 1 protein per meal so that your body can use that protein effectively and efficiently. Then you're going to get the full value out of it. And when we have 3 different proteins across the day, you get a fuller amino acid profile for your hormones and building muscles and bones and metabolism and all the things that we need. So it's not just about how much protein you eat. We hear so much about that now, like eat more protein, eat more protein, eat more protein. Like that's all it's about. It's not just about that. It's about how well your body can use and absorb it. So when we're eating all this protein, but our body's not able to actually metabolize and absorb it, a lot of it's turning into waste. And that extra waste actually creates more inflammation in our body. So we don't want to do that. We can have less protein when we're absorbing it more efficiently.
Okay. Another thing I have not heard before either. So interesting. Okay.
Same
Keep
here.
going.
I
Yeah.
thought that was so fascinating. Okay, rule number 6, don't eat after 9 p.m. if possible. For most people, that's not a problem, but nighttime is your recovery mode. So if your body isn't busy digesting food late at night, it can focus on hormone regulation and repair and detoxification and deep sleep. All of those are huge for fat loss and for feeling strong, clear, and rested. So if it's possible, if you're a shift worker and that's not possible, we work around that. But for most people, that's a really easy thing to do to let your body get full benefit of what your body's supposed to be doing while you're sleeping, and it's not digesting food.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. And so rule number 7, moving on, is drinking the amount of water calculated for you in your plan. So you're going to get a water prescription. Water is not only so vital in every part of your body, but it's vital in this process because 85% of weight loss actually happens through your urine. I thought that was interesting too. Did you know this?
I knew it was a high number. I didn't know the number, but yeah, I figured it was high.
I had never even heard that. So you're ahead
Yeah.
of me. But when your body burns fat, it breaks that fat down into carbon dioxide and water. So we breathe out the carbon dioxide, but most of the water has to be released through your urine. So we have to give our body the water it needs to excrete and flush out the byproducts of fat burning. And water also supports digestion and your bowel movements and kidney function, circulation, your mental clarity, gives you stable energy. So if you're dehydrated, everything just feels harder, including losing weight. That rule was actually really easy for me to follow because I already do it. I mean, it's something I already do. I've done it for years, but it's something I teach my clients. So some of these rules, you'll be like, amazing, I'm already doing this, right?
Yeah.
So it's not that hard, but these little tweaks can make big changes. They can actually really help. So the last rule, and this is a fun one too. It's actually, I think this probably is my favorite rule because I love it so much. So it's eat an apple every day. Okay, so that old adage, like an
Deal.
apple a day keeps the doctor away,
Yeah.
right? There's really truth to that. There's really truth to that. So the daily apple is really simple, but it's actually doing a lot. So it's like a power-packed multivitamin. It's full of micronutrients that your body needs. It lowers your uric acid, which helps reduce your inflammation. It gives you natural fiber, which supports your gut and your digestion, and it draws toxins to the colon for elimination. The apple actually supports your microbiome, your digestion, and it helps support your metabolism every single day. And it's just delicious. I have it every day after my lunch, and to me, it just feels like a dessert. My favorite is a tart apple, like a Pink Lady or a Granny Smith, and I have it with my natural sea salt, which helps just like intensify the flavor. And that has just become my dessert, and I love it. And it also just helps you feel full longer and just feel more satisfied. So that's a really easy one to do. And if you're sensitive to apples, we have things to work around that as well. But yeah, that's just one of my favorite rules, and it's easy to do, and it actually does help me feel better, bringing that back into my life on a daily basis.
I love a good apple too, but I am curious, like, what's the workaround if people don't eat apples? Is
Yeah.
what else do you do there?
Yeah. So if people don't eat, I mean, there's two things. Like if they don't like apples, that's one thing we can do to like help make the apple more enjoyable, or different ways you can eat it. You can grate it and put it into your oatmeal, or you can stir it into your yogurt and eat it that way. You could also, one thing, if you're sensitive to apples though, because apples, a lot of people, they feel sensitive, like they make them feel bloated afterwards. That actually was me. And it's not happening anymore. So that is really cool. My body has learned how to be able to process them and feel really good eating them while I'm eating this way. But if you can steam the apple, you can cook the apple, you can put cinnamon and nutmeg on it and have it that way. Peeling it helps, right? And then for people who really like just can't do an apple, they could do a pear. So a pear will be like a second place one. So yeah, there's ways to work around it. But basically, when you put these 8 rules together along with your personalized plan of the foods that your body most needs, what happens is your hormones regulate, your blood sugar stabilizes, your cravings quiet way down. This is so interesting because I teach people a lot about how to calm their cravings emotionally and mentally, but physically, this actually really, really, really helps with your cravings. I'd say within about 2 weeks, people notice a really big shift in their cravings, and it just gets so much easier. And the things that they were craving all the time, they're not now. Because physically, your body's getting what she needs. We've talked about this before, but when your body isn't getting the nutrition she needs, the adequate nutrition she needs, your body can't talk to you. All she can do is just send symptoms, right? And that's how she talks to you. So she'll just say, well, I don't have what I need to fully function and to function optimally. So I'm just going to tell Heather I'm hungry. I'm just going to keep sending hunger hormones and saying, please eat more, eat more. I hope I get what I need with what you put in your mouth next, right? And so that is one reason that we have cravings. And another reason is because in your gut, your microbiome, we've heard about this, but you have good bacteria, the kind of bacteria we want to grow and be there in our gut, which is so good for our digestion, our metabolism, a healthy gut, which is where basically so many of our body system stems from. But then there's also the bad, I'm using air quotes, but the bad bacteria that actually we don't want in our gut. Well, sugar comes in the form of carbs too. Like any sugar we eat that turns into glucose, sugar feeds that bad bacteria. It actually eats on. It eats it, it multiplies, it thrives, it grows on sugar. So the more of that food we're eating, especially from processed foods, processed refined sugar, and flour foods, the more of those bacteria multiply, the more we have. And then they send signals to your brain, feed me. And then you have more cravings. So eating this way, it actually helps start killing off it starves them. It starts starving those bacteria so they can die off. It helps feed the good bacteria that we want so that those start multiplying and growing. And then we don't have those fake cravings coming for something our body doesn't really need. And then also because we're nourished and we have the nutrients we need, our body she doesn't have to keep asking for food. We're giving her what she needs ahead of time, and that really helps reduce your cravings. So on top of that, your digestion improves like we just talked about. Your hormones have what they need to stay in balance, and your body is easily able to burn stored fat when you're eating this way.
Well, Jill, this has been an interesting conversation and one that I haven't had a conversation about this particular topic before. So thank you for
That's so
bringing it
fun.
our
You're
way.
welcome.
Yeah. I love to learn about new things and new points of views and new perspectives. So I really do appreciate that. Before we leave, can you tell people how they can connect with you if they want to experience this themselves?
Absolutely. So the next step would be if you're interested in this and you want to learn more, you're thinking this could be what I'm ready for and what my body needs, and you're curious about it, the next step would be to book a clarity call with me. So I offer a free, no pressure call where you and I will meet to talk about your body and your health goals and where you currently are, what your struggles are, and where you want to be, and what's getting in the way of that physically, mentally, like what's getting in your way. And I'll send you a video to watch before our call together that explains all the details of my private one-on-one program and what it includes so that you can better understand it. And then on the call, I'll answer any questions you have, and we'll talk about this, if this is a right fit for you, and how to get started if it is. And people can also reach me on my website. It's jilledunsmore.com. And my name, I'm going to spell it out because it's a little different. So it's Jill with an E, Jille. Dunsmore is Dunsmore. And you can also find me on Instagram at that same name. It's at Jill Dunsmore. So you can find me there. You're welcome to DM me. You're welcome to message me. And I can also help you schedule a free clarity call that way too.
Well, we will link to those things in the show notes in case they forget how to spell your name. We'll make it easy for people.
Perfect.
Thank you for being with me today. And I look forward to other great conversations with you.
I do too. Thanks so much for having me. I love every time we get together and seeing you. And I adore you as a person. So this has been really fun.
Well,
Thank you,
thank you.
Heather.
Yeah, it's great. And this is airing at the beginning of 2026. So how
Yes.
exciting for people to,
I know.
I don't know, just a new way to start. And I hope that this year brings great things for all of our listeners. We're excited for what it holds. So have a good one, everybody.
Hey, we just wanted to thank you for spending part of your day here with us at Latter-day Life Coaches and being part of this conversation. Share this with your friends so that you can have a conversation with them on this topic as well. And as always, subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Have a good one, my friends.